Hello and welcome everyone. This is the Man bringing you another audio commentary for Fleet Ops. Today we have a 2v2 2v2 matchup on the Lost Sector. It's a large map. It's a 15k by 15k. Today's matchups include the Purple Klingon. This is BlackBaron, and his teammate is Stardust, the Blue Dominion, hanging out right here. Now, up in the top team, we have Sutee as the Green Romulans, and his teammate, Red-Eyed Raven, as the Yellow Federation. Now, hopefully these players will all play very competitively today, try best to knock each other out, and we'll have an exciting game for you. So, both teams have the benefit of a cloak with the Klingons and the Romulans, so they're going to get some free scouting. You can already see that BlackBaron is doing the scouting thing. Gotta watch out for the nebula there. And you see that Sutee is avoiding these nebulas and making his way through the side doors. Except now he's going to hit a nebula, needs to watch out, make sure he doesn't decloak himself, get a scout in a little bit of a bad position. It's very, very possible. You can see that the ship's moving around a little bit, so he's doing a good job of not just blindly running himself into the Klingon starbase, which would put it into a scouting. We can see that the Klingons, this is Baron, has gone for a Star Yard plus mining station build. And down here, we can see likewise that Stardust, his teammate, has done the same. Now, Stardust is playing pure tech. You can see by the construction bonus. And it's not immediately clear what the Klingons are at the moment, so we'll find that out here shortly. Up here, we have Sutee also going for a Star Yard mining colony start, and his teammate has likewise done the same thing. So everyone's starting off on a very offensive beat. And we'll see what this gives everyone. So this Starfleet Science could be going into a Starfleet command giving him warp-ins, but we shall have to wait for a second and see. So we see that Sutee has basically parked his cloak scout in the middle of the Klingon's base. And if he is watching, he'll be able to see that the Klingons are going cavorts. Cavorts are a mix between cavorts and Quebecs. The cavorts are very powerful ships in this patch, and so the top team is going to have to deal with that. We can see that Stardust is producing from a single shipyard at the moment. I would expect him to be building a shipyard up here shortly after he gets this expansion going. And we can see that Sutee is expanding rapidly to as many moon pairs. He's picking up two moons already, 2 dilithium moons. So he's got 3 di and 2 tri. And his teammate has 2 to 1. Now, the Federations, this is Red-Eyed Raven, has parked himself in this fluid nebula, which is basically giving himself a poor man's cloak, as I like to call it. He's invisible. The outside can't see him, but he can see out, and so he's basically watching this guy. He's going to be watching for just an early expansion here, an unprotected one, a free kill. You can pop in with a warp-in, take out any sort of expansion there. Now, Stardust is putting a forward star yard, and that will help as far as supporting the offensive, any sort of offensive push they do, because he'll be able to produce and repair much closer to the battlefield. Now here we see BlackBaron, his Cloak Scout, wandering through Sutee's base, and going to be able to see that Sutee is going with his favored generics. We should be seeing frigate refits here shortly. Now, Stardust is fielding a very respectable early bug build, and you can see that he's producing now lots and lots of bugs. He's probably going to be fielding about 12 or 15 of these bugs. Roll into S2s to give him some Kitcher White, and a nice solid Dominion build seems to be working quite well. He'll end up losing a lot of bugs, but they're cheap, and he'll be able to just mass produce more. Now, so the mainstay of this bottom team's fleet is going to be the Klingons, because they're going to be targeted last, quite frankly. And so they'll be providing the main punch. So we have these cloak ships guarding this potential expansion point. Smart. Make sure that any potential warp-ins get a nasty surprise. These 4 ships would be able to handle any warp-in, especially since they're so close to home. They can easily turn around and go repair. Speaking of a warp-in rush, Raven has decided to pop in and right around here. So you can see very intelligently that Baron has backed off his ships. Doesn't want to take any losses. These buildings are not going to go down fast enough, and then he's going to end up pulling in those 4 ships. Here comes the bugs. Gives you a little extra support. So we have 6, 7 ships here. He's going to take out these Federation ships. So this bug just needs to go repair. It needs to get out of the way. It's going the wrong direction. Probably end up going to get shot down if it doesn't watch out. You can see this Cavort is slightly not macroed well, because it is going after this one guy, and it should be knocking on this one. Maybe he just wants to, maybe that's what he wants to do. These bugs are going to finish off that one, and this is a very unsuccessful warp-in rush. While the warp-in rush is powerful, it does have its disadvantages. You leave 3 ships undefended all the way in the back of a base, and if your opponent can expect that, you can end up in situations like this. So there is a risk, and now you're going to end up not fielding those 3 ships that you needed. These guys, so you can see a little bit of pathing issues going on here. This ambassador class might get away. He's short range, so he's going to be able to pop out of there really quick, and he has still got his energy rerouting, and would be able to pull off a little extra defense if he needed to get out of there. So we'll see the fate of this poor ambassador class, which looks like it is really going to take the beating. It is going to get knocked down out of the sky, and there it is. So warp-in rush gives a little bit of free experience if you don't watch out. So your opponents are sitting a little bit prettier, ships are a little bit stronger the next time you turn around. So now Raven has to deal with that, and he's going to deal with that by pumping out some Excel's 2s. Excel 2s are some long-range ships that have a potential for ranking up into artillery range. However, because of the 311 changes, those are actually very short, slow, ships. So you're going to have to support them with something else. Otherwise, you're going to end up having these